In this episode, we meet Gugulethu Ntombela, who's doing her internship as a general business manager at Cosmetiques de France. And her mentor is Elaine Sepulveda. This is Empowered, mentored on the job.
Hi, my name is Gugulethu Ntombela. I studied management at the University of Johannesburg, and now I'm an intern at CDF, which is Cosmetiques de France. Well, in my internship, I do a whole lot of things. When I started here in September, they wanted to start a web store, so I assisted them in starting the web store. I did, and I work with the store located database. I train the sales reps on how to place orders on the web store. I work with the HR manager and follow up on trademarks and various things. I also work with the sales administrator in double checking the purchase orders and the goods receiving slips. I work with the brand managers. I do store visits where I check on how products are doing, and I come back to the head office and give follow back.
Our company being French, we have quite a lot of requests for internships actually from French students. So over the years we have actually employed a couple of interns from France. But in recent years we've started getting a little bit more requests or pushing from our skills development facilitator to actually take on South African interns. And so this year, for the first time, we actually have recruited a South African intern, and I must say the experience has been quite a positive one. And we're actually in the process now of looking for more interns for different departments within our company.
This is our web store. We have a website and web store, but the website is not yet up and running. We only deal with the web store for now, where our reps log in with their login details, place their orders for their customers, and it's been a very helpful tool because instead of them doing the orders manually, they can just log in and place their orders. So it's very simple. You log in, put in your rep code, password. You can view all our products and prices. When we got it, there was nothing. You had to add everything from these images to instructions on how to place an order, to the database, to the Twitter and Facebook page links. So it was a bit of a job to do. For now, it's our reps that are using it. We don't have the public logging in as yet because we're still finding our way around it. But as soon as it's up and fully running, we'll have the public being able to log in, view our site, and place their orders online. They can actually view the products and prices and everything here. They can also click on our Facebook links, which is also on the web store. The Facebook link takes you straight to our Facebook page, where you'll be able to see the latest news on our products and services. The Facebook page also works hand in hand with the store locator, because there's customers that would comment and say they're from Botswana and they'd like to use some of our products. So we use the store locator to assist in answering most of the questions on where they can get the stores that are close to where they live, or pharmacies or doctors that supply our products. With regards to the store locator and web store, well, with the store locator, it's just a database. So I did a bit of research on store addresses and where our doctors and pharmacies are based. And with the web store, it's a bit technical, but I'm always game in learning something new and discovering things. I love games and things like that, so it was a bit of a challenge. It had a manual, but you still had to communicate with someone and find out how things were done. It was interesting because I also had to find pictures, resize them, upload them on the web store, make changes, put in prices. Because when you're a consumer, you just go online and purchase your products. But when you're behind the scenes and you find out how things are done and how they implement these things, it's quite interesting. So it was very exciting because I got to understand that these things are done in a certain way. So you don't just go online and buy your products. You need to do a whole lot of things, but it was fun.
We actually recruited our current intern, Gugu, through a website, graduate asset program run by Fatola. And this was recommended to us by our skills development facilitator. This website actually enables you to enter all of the requirements that you're looking for, and for you to specify which area you're in, the age of the intern you're looking for, and what stipend you're offering. And then it draws up a shortlist by filtering all of the candidates on their website. We had quite a small shortlist, and we called the candidates in, and we quickly reached a consensus that Gugu was the right intern for us for this position.
Okay, in terms of challenges, well, I didn't experience a lot of difficulties, but I must say I started applying in the beginning of 2014 when I was doing my final year at UJ last year, and I saw that my timetable has a whole lot of gaps. So I was like, why don't you find a job or do an internship in the free time that you have? So I started attending career expos and went online, applied for internships and part-time jobs. It was very difficult. I started being impatient because I never got responses, or the responses you get are the usual, that unfortunately your application was unsuccessful. It was on a random day where I got a call from Elaine, and they told me they have a position vacant for marketing intern, and would I be interested? At first I was a bit nervous because I studied management, not marketing. So I was putting myself up for a challenge. But I'm like, no, I'm up for it. So I came through for the interview. I did marketing as a module. I just had in mind that I'm going to deal with just marketing. So it might be a challenge, but I didn't. I did my research. Time and again, when I work on things, for example, the web store and websites, I refer to my textbook because there's sections that we did that focused on building websites and things like that. So whenever there's a problem, there's also a solution. So to me, it wasn't much of a challenge. You just need to be patient, that's all.
I think when you don't have experience in your first job, it's quite a challenge to actually convince your employers that you are capable of all the responsibilities that they give you, and maybe to a certain extent they tend to give you very easy tasks and that don't challenge you. So I do feel that the internship does allow you to prove yourself, and it allows you to grow before you do actually take on a full-time employment and follow your career. We've tried to give Gugu quite a bit of exposure to all the different size aspects of the business, because she is a business management graduate. So she started off developing our web store and has been involved in other forms of digital marketing.
The Facebook page shows the things that are happening. For example, the most recent story, our photodome, one of our products, assisted the firefighters in Cape Town, so it was very helpful. I recently attended a training session in Sandton where I saw that I can actually link the web store and the website. So instead of having two different things, they can combine it and make it as one. Okay, in our company we deal with various brands, and we have two brands when it comes to makeup. We have Bourgeois, which has been around for over 150 years, and we have Max Factor. We also have brands in our skincare range, which is Bioderma and Noriva. Bioderma focuses more on repairing the skin. And we also have Noriva, which deals with anti-aging and pigmentation.
I've also given her human resource responsibilities and some tasks to do there, as well as on the commercial side. She has been going out on calls to our various stockists. And also she's been working on the accounts. She's just starting to work on accounts, assisting our accounts ladies as we were about to commence our audit. And we hope we've actually provided her with enough experience in the different aspects of a business for her to make a decision on what type of career she would like to follow once she does finish all her studies.
This is one of the stores that we supply with our makeup products. As you can see, this is our stand. What I do here is I come with either the rep or the brand manager, and we ensure that everything is fine. You'd normally find a consultant here, and I'd ask them on a weekly basis if they've experienced any problems or any difficulties, check on the stock levels and find out if everything is fine. Now, for example, we recently had price changes, so we'd normally come here, change the strips and put in the ones with the new price changes and ensure that everything is fully set up. For example, it's not sitting properly, so I make sure that it's fine. We fix it. This is called face up, ensuring that your stock is filled in properly. We also have, okay, how do you open this? We fill in missing things. For example, this, we need to put in new testers. So I come here with the rep and I check. For example, this needs to be filled in. This is a tester. So instead of the customers opening the product, they can just use the testers to check. So we must make things as easy as possible for our customers. We don't want our customers trying to fiddle and find out how they can take out these things. That should be easy for them. It's always been my goal to do events management. I love planning events. Part of my job is assisting in organizing press or media days. So I assist in looking for venues, I assist with researching on what things will be done, what's needed, who are the people that should be there. So with press and media, you know, that's journalists and whatnot. So it's a bit exciting because I'm very outgoing, and we also go out to these places and check them out. I also do store visits with the reps or the brand managers. So that's also a bit fun because you go out and you get to see all these things, and it's very interesting. Okay, this is Noriva. This is also one of the products that we supply. This deals with anti-aging and pigmentation the most. So we also supply it. We also get a consultant here and we find out how the product is doing. Sometimes consultants will tell me things like the customer had a problem and they were allergic to the product or something. I take that down and report it to the brand manager or anyone that can assist in us fixing that. Being an intern was never part of my options. I just thought that I'm gonna get my qualification, go on the internet, start applying for jobs, get a job, start working, that simple. Until I discovered that for you to get that proper job, you need to have the relevant experience. And you don't just go out there and be a manager. You start from the bottom and head to the top. So I started looking at internships. I found out what is required and how you apply for them at the career expos I attended. So I didn't really know what to expect, but I must say that what I'm experiencing now is actually more interesting than I thought it would be, because I work closely with my MD, with the brand managers, with the HR managers and so forth. I just thought they'd give me basic things like filing and capturing information and things like that. I didn't expect that I'd deal with heavy things like the web store, because I was like, yo, they trusting me to do that, but I guess they saw the potential in me, so they allowed me to. So what I'm doing now is actually more than what I thought it would be. Since we're not only supplying our cosmetics and our makeup here, we also have our skincare range, that is that side, and we're gonna also go look at our stands there and see how things are going there.
With our current experience with an intern, I haven't really found there to be much difference between what she's learnt in her lectures and what she's actually shown to us here when performing the tasks. However, I do find that a lot of students, maybe from my own personal experience, what you do learn at varsity and what's needed in the real world, there is quite a difference. And I do feel that more practical experience is needed when students are at varsity.
Okay, so now we add another store that we supply, and we're here to also check how they're doing. We have your sun range, and this for our sensitive skin. And what I do is I also come here, check how the stock is doing, check how the products is doing. If our customers have any problems, they'll also tell me, and I'll report back to the head office. If the stock levels are low, the cosmetics manager will talk to me, and I'll also send feedback to the office and tell them that they need more stock, or if there's any complaints or challenges that they're experiencing. Honestly, I think that most people that are in varsity aren't studying what they wanted to. So I went to the people that were helping out at the registration office. I told them that this is what I want to do, and they gave me a list of the courses that were still available. So I was like, okay, management looks like it's gonna work hand in hand with the events management that I want to do. That helped me a lot. Other than that, my mom also assisted me. Well, I talked to her a lot about what I want to do in the future and so forth. So she also gave me a bit of advice and helped me research if the course that I was doing was going to be relevant to what I want to do, because there's people that are studying psychology that should be in engineering and so forth. So I think sometimes we get into varsity and do things because that course was available, not because it is what we wanted to do. I didn't look at internships and learnerships, but honestly, we need to start there. You don't go from step 3 to step 7 to step 10. You need to have step 1, which is your foundation. And being an intern comes with building experience. If possible, we need to start it while we're still in varsity. I know it's a bit difficult, but you negotiate. I, for one, started my internship towards the end of the year where I was gonna do my final exams. So I came in here for the interview. They expected me to work 5 days a week, but I still had school in between. So I negotiated. They agreed that we'll work around my timetable. When I needed to study, I asked them for a day off, and in return I made it. I worked an extra day just so I could balance school and work. Remember, we need to have that balance. We need the qualification plus the experience, and having the two hand in hand helps you get to your step number 10. So your step number 1, your foundation, experience, and you get that through internships and learnerships.
I think we're fortunate that we haven't experienced this, but I have heard from other colleagues that interns working for them tend to take the easy road. They only perform what is given to them at the beginning and don't actually try to prove their worth and try to take on new tasks. I don't know whether it's just that they're afraid or that they just feel that they don't have to do those extras. It's not a full-time job, so why should they go the extra mile? Maybe they're also afraid to learn new aspects of the business. They maybe only want to just learn what pertains to their chosen career.
More than anything, through doing this internship, I got motivation. You sit there, I go with my brand managers or the MD or the HR manager to events or training sessions, and I sit with people that own businesses. I sit with people that run big companies, and you're like, yo, I'm just one step from being there. It's really encouraging, and you benefit a lot. You get to be connected with all these people. I never thought I'd chat on WhatsApp with people that own companies, with people that run big corporate companies. What's more motivating is that they actually listen to you. They value your opinions. Typical example, the owner of this company asked me on my opinion of company names that would be interesting for another project that he's working on. And I suggested a few names, and he actually loved the names. So they do value what you say, and they do take you seriously in everything that you do.
My advice to Gugu starting out on her career is that she does try to follow a career that she enjoys, that she can perform to the best of her ability, but that at the same time she should never be afraid to actually learn new skills that will help her to maybe even one day run her own business.
In the future, I see myself owning that events organizing company. I want to see myself organizing big concerts, big events, being out there, being in demand. I want people headhunting me to run their businesses, to run their events. So yes, I'm starting small, but eventually I'll get to the top where I own my events management company. Okay, so that's it. That's a day in the life of an intern at CDF. It's quite interesting. I've already started with my foundation, building my experience. That was my step number 1. And now I'm heading to the top, step number 2, step number 3. And we get the ball rolling. So I'd advise a lot of graduates out there to start with internships before actually applying for proper jobs, because really when you apply for jobs, they tell you they need experience, and without experience you're not going to get the job. It shouldn't only be about the money. It should also be about you enjoying it, you learning at the same time. So most of us actually go for jobs instead of things like internships, because we look at money and all those things. So I think having your step number 1, being an intern and doing that foundation, should be your kickstart.
to follow a career that she enjoys.
Being out there, being in demand. I want people headhunting me to run their businesses, to run their events. So yes, I'm starting small, but eventually I'll get to the top where I own my events management company.